It was a calm evening on March 6, 1987, when the MS Herald of Free Enterprise set sail from Zeebrugge, Belgium. What was supposed to be a routine journey for over 500 people aboard the ferry turned into one of the most shocking maritime disasters in peacetime history. But how could a ship capsize within minutes of leaving port? And why were the bow doors left open? Only 90 seconds after leaving Zeebrugge, disaster struck. With the bow doors wide open, water flooded the car deck. In a matter of minutes, the 951-ton ship was lying on its side in shallow waters, leaving 193 people dead. The sight was horrific, with passengers and crew scrambling to escape the chaos that enveloped the ship. But what exactly happened that night? Investigations revealed that the ferry left port with its bow doors open, allowing seawater to rush in and flood the lower decks. The responsibility for closing the bow doors was assigned to Assistant Boatswain Mark Stanley, but shockingly, he had fallen asleep, unaware that the ferry had already departed. But how could such a crucial task have been missed? Was this solely due to human error, or was there a deeper problem in the ship's operation? During the inquiry, it became clear that human error wasn't the only factor at play. The ship's operators, Townsend Thorson, were heavily criticized for their negligence. A culture of sloppiness plagued the company, with key safety protocols often ignored. The crew's communication systems failed, and despite warnings, no one checked to ensure the bow doors were closed before departure. So was this disaster inevitable, due to years of neglect by the shipping company? Or could it have been prevented by a single act of vigilance? The design of the Herald of Free Enterprise, a roll-on/roll-off ferry, made it particularly vulnerable. Once water entered the car deck, the ship's stability was compromised, causing it to capsize within moments. Despite the shallow waters, the weight of the ship and the rapid flooding sealed its fate. Passengers described moments of sheer terror, darkness, freezing cold water, and confusion. But the true question is, could more lives have been saved if proper safety protocols were followed? The Zeebrugge disaster led to widespread outrage. In October 1987, a public inquiry returned a verdict of unlawful killings. Townsend Thorson's parent company, P&O Ferries, faced corporate manslaughter charges, but the case collapsed in court. However, the disaster forced a significant change in maritime safety regulations worldwide, ensuring that such mistakes could never happen again. But even now, nearly 4 decades later, one question remains. How could a disaster of this scale unfold with such simple mistakes? Was it just human error, or was it a catastrophe waiting to happen? Despite the inquiry's findings, some still wonder, could there be hidden factors that contributed to the disaster? What else went wrong that night? And are there more tragedies waiting to occur if such errors go unchecked? The mystery of the MS Herald of Free Enterprise remains one of the most tragic reminders of the sea's unforgiving nature. But as the investigation raised more questions than it answered, one thing is for sure. The lessons from that night must never be forgotten. Was the disaster truly just the result of negligence? Or are there deeper mysteries surrounding the sinking of the MS Herald of Free Enterprise that remain unsolved to this day? Subscribe our channel for more mysteries of sea tragedies.